Good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Melanie Steinberg.
And I'm student meteorologist Donovan Wiseman. Melanie, it's officially spring. We had a pretty comfortable day today. We had a lot of cloud coverage, kept us from getting too high, but it wasn't cold outside.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit chilly if you're like me and you get cold easily, but we stayed right around average, 70-degree temperature, so that's pretty seasonable for this time of the year.
It is, and we expect those temperatures to rise up as these clouds move out of our way. I know down south, further down in Florida where you're from, they saw a little bit higher temperatures today. Didn't have that cloud coverage like we did, but maybe tomorrow we'll get a taste of that.
Yeah, tomorrow the clouds are really going to start to make its way out, and then we're going to be jumping back up to those 80-degree temperatures that we've been seeing. It has been a warm March. We've been seeing above average temperatures for most of this month, and it looks like that's going to be continuing.
Yeah, it's like we brought spring break back with us whenever we were down. If you were on a cruise, I know me and you both, we went on cruises.
Exactly.
If you were down south, towards South Beach and areas like that, it's like we just brought that warm weather back up with us, and personally, I love that.
Yeah, I love the warm weather. I like it when it's sunny and warm and it's just pleasant conditions.
So do I. It's a good pool day tomorrow. Again, before we could see that cold front that's going through the middle of the country right now. We're seeing some rain across Missouri and areas like that as that cold front's moving from the northwest. So for the next couple of days, seems like a good pool day.
Yeah, the cold front is going to take its sweet time reaching us. It's not even going to get here till Friday. So there is a small rain chance for tomorrow, but I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans if you have any. But right now, we're going to take it to an overview with Kaitie.
Very humid outside, and that cold front will be moving in on Friday. You can see the satellite and radar doesn't really show clouds, but that's because they're in the low atmosphere. The low-lying stratus clouds is what we're experiencing right now. Tonight's forecast, it's going to be a little chilly, 57 degrees, muggy, mostly cloudy, with a slight wind at 5 to 8 miles per hour. And for the weather headlines, it's going to be above average temperatures, cold front coming in Friday, taking its time, cooler temperatures for the weekend ahead. Now I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Kaitie. Yeah, tomorrow we're seeing a warm day, but taking it back a step, our girls basketball team, they beat yesterday. They beat Gulf Coast 65-47, and they're going to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, they're headed off. I believe it's in North Carolina, the next part of their tournament. But awesome job to our ladies out there, our women's basketball team, keeping that season alive, keeping national championship hopes alive.
Exactly. Their next game is this Friday, March 27th, and they're playing against Arizona State. If you're making the trip up there for Friday, it's going to be a little bit rainy, but if you aren't, and if you have to view it on TV, you can watch it on ESPN2 at 9:30.
Yeah, that's not so bad on Friday evening, as we could be seeing those rain chances come back up on Friday evening. So if you're inside watching the game, I believe it's on ESPN2 at 9:30 on Friday night. It's a good night to sit in and root for our girls.
Exactly. And if you are going outside and you have any outdoor plans, it could be a little bit chilly, so you may need that coat. The rain chances are going to be diminishing, though, so it should be a pretty pleasant night. But we're going to bring it home right now and take a look at our local.
And looking at our satellite and radar, you can see it's been a pretty calm day so far. There have been some clouds coming through today, but it has been a pretty much no rain kind of day. The satellite and radar across the southeast, you will see a few storms over near Georgia and South Carolina, but the overall region is very much with little going on right now. It has been muggy, however. We have a low sitting over by Memphis, which is affecting our region right now. And that muggy weather, as the low pushes down towards us, is going to warm up, but there is a cold front coming down, headed towards us around Friday. And as you can see, that pushes over. We're going to see some clouds, so that will be something that is affecting us around now. And that will continue to push down and bring these storms and cloudy, warmer weather into our area. Now into the boating forecast, you'll see winds 5 to 10 knots, not very much. You'll see mild, calm waters, very smooth if you want to get out there on the water this week. Okay. Tonight's forecast. Tonight you will see about 57 degrees outside. It's muggy, mostly cloudy. Won't be able to see the stars tonight very much. And there'll be very light winds going on. Now moving into tomorrow, 84 degrees, much warmer than it was today. We will see the sun peeking out at us. There is a 20% chance of rain, so that will likely not affect us, but there is a chance. So keep your eyes out just in case. And there will be patchy fog in the morning. If you're driving to your 8 a.m.s, be sure to be careful for that. And now our day planner. Tomorrow morning, if you're waking up for an 8 a.m., there will be patchy fog, around 60 degrees. You might want to bring a jacket with you, but it should not be that bad. Around lunchtime, 76 degrees. There will be some sun, so that will be much nicer, and warm in the evening as well. Now looking at the week ahead, tomorrow and Thursday, 20% chances of rain, highs in the 80s, 84 Wednesday, 81 on Thursday, with lows in the mid-50s. Moving on towards our weekend, there is a 60% chance of rain on Friday as that cold front will be pushing into us. And following the cold front, Saturday and Sunday will be cooling down and bringing highs around 65 on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, and again, a small chance of rain, but it'll warm back up for the beginning of the next week. But now we're going to take it to the southeast.
Thank you, Sarah. Now taking a look at the southeast region, we can see it's pretty warm weather all around. 70 in Tallahassee, 71 in Atlanta, 69 in Montgomery, 77 in Orlando. So it's pretty much very warm all across the southeast, and it will continue to be so for these next couple of days. Looking at our current winds, 5 degrees in Tallahassee, 7 in Orlando, 5 in Montgomery, 17 in Tupelo, and 6 in New Orleans. It's a little gap right here, but it's just the winds acting up. It might be from the low pressure system that's coming from over here, coming through. And now with the going to the current dew point, it's pretty mild. 57 in Tallahassee, 62 in Orlando, 68 Miami, 72 in Key West. It's a little more humid down there, but it's a little milder up here in 53 in Montgomery, 51 in Atlanta, as you can see on the graphic. Now looking at the satellite and radar, the cloud cover has been all over the southeast region. You see over Tallahassee, New Orleans, Montgomery, Atlanta. The cloud cover has been everywhere over the southeast. Nothing really going on down in Orlando and Miami. It hasn't really been much cloud cover, but if you were in Tallahassee today, you can see that most of the clouds were all over Tallahassee today, and it goes for the same for most of the southeast region. Now looking at the water vapor, you can see it's very dry. It's been very dry since last night. This dry areas coming over the Florida region, Montgomery, Atlanta, getting a little bit of that. It's a little more moist up north, but as you can see, it's just very dry all around across the board around the southeast area. And looking at what's going on right now, muggy, very muggy, cloudy, very humid outside. And you have the low pressure system moving on in, and warm weather will come in. It'll still be cloudy as the week goes on, but there will be a lot of warm weather sticking with this cloudiness. And this low pressure is slowly but surely going to come in. We're going to get some cloudiness as we get into Wednesday night, and this low pressure system will slowly keep coming. And Thursday is going to be cloudy and warm as the low pressure system starts to get into where we are. Now taking a look on the sand, we have probably about a foot a foot. Wave's going to be about a foot. The water is going to be about 71 degrees, so it's going to be very warm. It's going to be a beautiful day to go on the beach tomorrow. That's tonight's forecast: 57 Tallahassee, 57 Montgomery, and 67 in Orlando. And now I'm going to take a look at tomorrow's forecast: 82 degrees in Montgomery, 86 in Tallahassee, 89 in Orlando. Now I'm going to take it back to the desk with Melanie and Donovan.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Well, it looks like springtime weather across the southeast after looking at that. And, of course, springtime means baseball, and that's happening right here in Tallahassee.
Exactly. We have a game tomorrow night versus Alabama State at 6 o'clock. And if you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on Knowles TV.
That's right. And then this weekend, Virginia Tech comes into town for a 3-game series. Could be a little bit cooler as we get into Friday and Saturday. Rain chances increase. But Sunday should be a comfortable day. It's a good day to be out at the ballpark. I know across Florida right now, Major League Baseball spring training is going on, so we're seeing some really good baseball weather here this spring.
Yeah, exactly. The games for Friday and Saturday are at 6 o'clock. So Saturday, 6 p.m., you're going to need that jacket because it is going to be on the chillier side.
That's right. You got to be prepared, be ready to sit outside and watch our Noles. Go out there and cheer them on. And you know what? Baseball is across the country. So now let's go out and let's talk about what's going on nationally.
Yep, let's go talk about national.
Let's see, as we take a look at our 24-hour temperature change, up north you're seeing some reds and yellows that way. That's misleading because they're still pretty cold up that way in Boston and Detroit, areas like that. And in our area, we didn't see a lot of change, but again, we're staying very comfortable. It's looking, again, I like that word, baseball weather. I like thinking about that springtime weather. And that's what we're seeing as far as we're going down here in Tallahassee and Atlanta, areas like that. And as we continue on here, let's see if we can get this to advance. There it is. The current temperatures, it's pretty comfortable across the southeast. Again, much colder up north that way. Boston could be finally seeing some relief from all that snow they've seen here over the past few weeks, especially all throughout 2015. They're starting to warm up this week. And really, we're not seeing a lot of activity up that way. The only thing we really need to focus on is going in right here, and we'll zoom in across Kansas City, Missouri, across the state into Illinois and Indiana. We're seeing some possible wintry mix, some hail, sleet, things like that across those states, so they need to be prepared for that. Of course, they're under some winter weather advisories right now, and we'll talk more about advisories across the country here in just a moment. But as you see out this way, as where this area where the cold front came from, they too could be seeing a wintry mix. Of course, it's always raining out in Seattle, it seems like, so nothing they're not used to out that way. Now, this is important here. We're taking a look at all of our watches, warnings, and advisories across the country. And in this area across Oklahoma, down here into Kansas and Colorado, this is a red flag warning. And I'll step off the screen just for a moment to read about these. For those red flag warnings there in the pink burgundy color, those expire this evening at 8 p.m. Or 10 p.m. in many counties is what they're calling for. And those just mean dry conditions, and it's pretty dangerous if a fire were to get started out that way. Currently right now in most of those areas, any burns are actually prohibited. And then in our flash flood areas, the greens, they're in effect until Thursday morning around 6 a.m. So people there need to be prepared, have supplies ready. And of course, our winter storm warnings are in effect in the north until tomorrow morning around 11 a.m. So just taking a look at what's going on, I mean, this is covering a huge area over this way. Again, in these areas right here, you just have to be prepared, have supplies in your home in case these happen in our area, of course. But it's important to talk about what's going on across the country and just give a look at that. Now, our futurecast is showing, again, some clouds over Tallahassee today. That's what we've seen. Some moisture up towards our north, again, in Missouri, areas like that across the Midwest. Staying pretty inactive here, staying nice and pretty comfortable in our area. Futurecast is just showing how cool it is up to our north and how much better it's staying down in our area, and those are just going to continue to stay pretty much like that for the next week. Taking a look at tonight, pretty comfortable across the southeast, cold up north, and then for tomorrow, 86 here in Tallahassee. Love seeing that. And for now, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about what's going on locally with Melanie.
Thank you, Donovan. Yeah, those temperatures are going to be changing as we make our way into the overnight hours. Tuesday, though, right now we're seeing a lot of cloud cover in our area. Those clouds have really just been sticking around, hanging around all day. So it's been really gloomy across our region. And the clouds are going to be sticking around, but there is some relief over to our west. There is going to be a little bit relief as we make our way into the overnight hours. Now, this water vapor map could be a little bit misleading. We are sitting at dry air, and that is indicated by the oranges on the water vapor map, but we are still seeing muggy conditions. That's for tonight, and all that cloud cover, we're going to be seeing muggy conditions, and the clouds are going to start to clear just a little bit, allowing for us to warm back up into our Wednesday. There's going to be some sun, and that's going to be allowing our temperatures to reach those 80 degrees once again. So the shorts are going to be needed for tomorrow. By Wednesday night, no, the clouds are going to be rolling back in. That's going to be keeping our temperatures a little bit cooler as well. Now, that cold front that we saw, that's going to take its sweet time reaching us. It's not even going to reach us till Friday. So for the next few days, we're going to be seeing above average temperatures. For on the water tomorrow, it's going to be mild winds. The waters are going to be smooth. It's going to be 1 foot. There is going to be some sun and clouds, but overall, it's shaping up to be a pretty good beach day. Tonight we're sitting at 57 in Tallahassee, 60 in St. Mark's. Cloudy conditions, a little bit muggy. Those winds aren't going to be playing a big factor for the night. It's going to be calm winds. That's not really going to be giving us much relief. It's not going to be making it feel much cooler either. Tomorrow we're sitting at 84 in Tallahassee, 83 in St. Mark's. There is some patchy fog, so if you're like me and you have to wake up early and drive to class, make sure to have those low beams on because there is the patchy fog. There also is a 28% chance of rain. Now that's not really a huge chance of rain. It would be a little bit of a sprinkle or a drizzle at most, so I wouldn't cancel any of your plans. The winds, however, they are going to be light for tomorrow, so that's not really going to give us relief to the heat that we're going to be seeing. 7 a.m., patchy fog, 60 degrees. We're going to be warming up throughout the afternoon with some scattered clouds, allowing our temperatures to reach those 80 degrees once again. We're going to be sitting at above average in those 80s for Wednesday and Thursday, but that cold front, that is going to be reaching through Friday, and that is going to be bumping up our rain chances. But there is some relief. Taking a look at the weekend, we're getting really cool temperatures back into the 60s. So if you do like those cool temperatures, get excited because the weekend is shaping up to be a pretty good weekend. But let's take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Melanie. We're actually going to talk about some clouds we had over in Georgia this past Sunday. We saw some rare wave clouds.
Yeah, they're actually called asperatus clouds. They're a rare form of clouds, and they just literally look like waves.
They're very pretty. It was a nice sight to see on Sunday.
Yeah, and they form outside of precipitation areas, so they experience a lot of rain, and that's kind of why they formed, and they're really beautiful.
Something else happening right now. There were some Swiss explorers planning to circumnavigate the globe, but using only solar power to do that, flying their plane with solar power.
Oh my goodness, where do I get one of those?
I know, it's pretty crazy. You can keep up with their stops. They have stops in New York and Phoenix, along with stops in China, but we're going to take it back to Donovan with Around Florida.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's go around the Sunshine State, talking about that springtime weather here across the state of Florida. Here in Tallahassee, we're sitting around 70 degrees. It's one of those days where you could pretty much get away with wearing anything, and that's what we really hope for all year long is these kind of conditions. This is ideal across North Florida right now. Nothing uncomfortable, nothing too cold, nothing too hot. Of course, further south, 77 in Orlando, mid-70s to upper 70s across the central part of the state. And then we started seeing the 80s down in South Florida today. Our satellite and radar is just showing why we stay cooler here in North Florida. Of course, we had these clouds hanging over us pretty much all day. Didn't have a chance for that afternoon warm-up. The sun just didn't quite make its way out today. That's okay. Again, you could wear anything today. It was perfect conditions to be outside this afternoon. Across Florida, we've really had some higher dew points. This is showing a little bit of dry air, and we really haven't seen any precipitation, things like that. So we have stayed dry. However, those dew points aren't anything too low as of right now. On your boat today for Wednesday, tomorrow, we have winds coming out of the southeast about 5 to 10 knots, waves about a foot, so it's very calm conditions. It's a good day to be out fishing. It's about time for oysters and things like that. I'll be making my way down to the coast to be eating soon. We're going to see some mild, calm, protected waters tomorrow, and it's going to be a really nice day to be out on the water. Talking about our future cast, we're just keeping those muggy conditions. Nothing too uncomfortable here in our area. But again, it's nothing too ideal as far as our dew points are concerned. That low pressure hanging out across Missouri and areas like that as this cold front makes its way into our area. We'll see some warming, but as it gets in closer to Thursday and Friday, our temperatures will drop and our rain chances are going to increase. So be prepared for that as Friday comes here. We could see maybe a possible 60% chance of rain. It's going to be cloudy, but still it's going to be pretty warm for tomorrow and into the next couple of days. Now going back to our day planner for Wednesday, we're talking about patchy fog early in the morning. If you're going out to work early in the morning, be aware of that. Drive carefully. By noon, around lunchtime, we'll see around 76. Going to have a few clouds, but it'll still be sunny, and we'll have that chance for a warm-up as we'll reach 83 probably around 5 o'clock tomorrow. And for tonight across the state of Florida, we're going to see 57 here in Tallahassee, 57 in Jacksonville, mid to upper 60s across the central part of the state, and getting closer to 70 degrees down in South Florida. That's very nice conditions for them down that way. And for tomorrow, the Sunshine State living up to its name, plenty of sunshine across the state. We're expecting 86 degrees here in Tallahassee, lower 80s for much of North Florida, mid to upper 80s in Central Florida, and then down there, they're seeing possible upper 80s in South Florida tomorrow. Beautiful weather here in the state, but for now, let's talk about some winter weather and then bring it back home towards our way.
Yeah, thank you, Donovan. We're seeing those warm temperatures, but that's not the state. That's for the rest of the country. They're seeing 40. We're actually seeing winter weather advisories in the part of the state where there's Denver and Salt Lake and Billings. They're seeing winter weather advisories, and over even just a little bit north in Kansas, they're seeing all that rain cover. So they're seeing a lot of that. But for winter weather in California, they're getting some snow over in Billings, which is causing some of those warnings. And then zooming it back over to Canada, they are seeing some snow as well and some rain. They're seeing a mix of it all. So we have these winter storm warnings, and we have these red flag warnings that Donovan had mentioned earlier. So if you are in these areas, or if you know people in these areas, just give them a call and make sure that they are safe. Futurecast temperatures, though, we're seeing the cool temperature trend, and then we're going to see a trough start to develop into the later part of the week. This is going to be bringing that cool air down south, 49 degrees, and this is the boundary of our cold front. This green line in where the Atlanta is already reaching 68, but we're still sitting at 71 by Thursday at 4 p.m. But that trough is going to really just dip its way into our area and causing us really cold temperatures for our Friday. Zooming into Friday, the freezing line is just starting to reach our area, so we're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures, below average temperatures for your Friday, and even into Saturday and Sunday, making our way into the weekend, 45 in Tallahassee just by 1 a.m. on your Sunday. So just be ready for the cold temperatures. But now we're going to bring it back home. Taking a look at our tri-state area, the clouds are still sticking around as we make our way into the overnight hours. Those aren't going to be clearing up at least until tomorrow morning. Tonight, though, 57 in Tallahassee, 56 in Dothan, 60 in Pensacola. A little bit warmer conditions towards Central Florida with 64 in Tampa. Those temperatures are going to be starting to reach us, though, but tomorrow is going to be above average day for the rest of our region. 86 in Tallahassee, 80 in Pensacola, 78 in Panama. So we're seeing those warm above average temperatures that we're just not used to seeing this time of the year. But there is some relief that is going to be making its way back into our area. It's going to be coming back Friday, but until then, above average temperatures, warm tomorrow, warm Thursday. But then Friday, there is some relief. We're going to take it back to the desk, though.
Thank you. Now, we've been enjoying our beautiful springtime weather, and we can't really say the same about elsewhere in the country, right?
No, unfortunately. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and a couple other states towards the Midwest are going to be facing some severe storms in the upcoming days. There are winds that could be up to 60 miles an hour with those gusts, hail, heavy rain, even frequent lightning.
Wow, that is very scary. I'm glad we're not seeing anything like that here in Tallahassee. That is extreme. And
Definitely.
Isn't it also moving into the central and southern plains? I feel like it's going to hit
Yes.
like Indiana and Kentucky as well.
The entire center of the country is going to get hit by this, so it is something to keep an eye out for if you're going to be in the area.
Well, I'm sure there's a warning going on, so hopefully these people are aware. They get to hear about it, and hopefully they'll protect themselves, and it won't be much of a problem.
Hopefully.
Now, here's some fun facts for you guys. There's actually in Kansas City, Missouri, in 1912, the greatest modern snowstorm was 25 inches, and it happened in 24 hours. How crazy is that?
That is so crazy. That's basically an inch per hour. I can't even imagine seeing that much snow since we live here in Florida.
Exactly. Nobody's really used to seeing snow here, but imagine seeing 25 inches in 24 hours. That is wild.
It must
And
be
now, we'll send it back to Kaitie for the local.
What dew point is, it's just a measure of humidity. So the closer that number is to the actual temperature, the more moisture is in the atmosphere. So it's a little humid outside, a slight wind at 5 miles per hour. Around the region, you can see that the clouds are laying in the lower atmosphere, those stratus clouds just kind of keeping us moist and keeping us a little cooler than normal. So as you can see, this is a picture from today, took from our FSU Weather Stem. It's beautiful. It just shows really how cloudy it actually is. And that's located on the top of St. Augustine Garage, overlooking the old intramural fields. So you can see the humidity at that picture. The current temperatures around the region, 70 here in our capital city of Tallahassee, 68 in Quincy, 67, a low spot in Mariana, and a little warmer along the coast, Apalachicola, 71, and 70 in Carabel. And I think all of us know that there's been a lot of pollen recently. We can see on our cars, and it's really annoying, but it's extremely high the past couple of days. So just if you have allergies, be careful, take your medicine, and try to stay inside. On the water for tomorrow, there's going to be a southeast wind at 5 to 10 knots. The waves are going to be at 1 foot, mild, calm, a nice day for boating. The sunrise will be at 7:35, and the temperatures will be beautiful. So if you have a boat, take advantage of that tomorrow. The futurecast just shows our low pressure system located around Memphis, and it's actually not going to make its way to us till Friday, but it still will be partly cloudy, a little cooler, muggy today. It's going to warm up a little bit tomorrow, partly cloudy, so it's going to allow some of that sunshine to come in, and you can see it just move in till Friday. Patchy fog in the morning, 20% chance of rain, so be careful and turn your headlights on your way to work. A 5 mile per hour wind for tomorrow, and it's going to be 84, so beautiful 80 temperatures tomorrow. And as we look at our day planner, it's going to, again, you can see that patchy fog coming in the morning, 60 degrees, and then noon it's going to heat up 16 degrees to 76, sun and clouds at noon, and it's going to warm up to 83 by 5 p.m. So a beautiful day with a lot of variance tomorrow. As we take a look at our 7-day, we can see those rain chances being persistent. 20% tomorrow, 20% on Thursday. And we're going to have a beautiful weekend as that cold front makes our way towards us. And then the rain chances will unfortunately be coming back tomorrow. Let's take it back to the desk.
Wow, so that rain is going to put a little dent in our weekend. But looking into the northeast, finally the cold is going to go away from a little bit. You guys are actually going to go back above average temperatures for the rest of this week, actually, and that's going to be coming because the Great Lakes bringing the warm air and bringing it towards you guys. So that's a great break for the Northeast.
The I-95 corridor is getting a nice break seen in D.C., Philadelphia, New York. It'll be a much-needed break, but it will be cooling back down later in the week. So it's only a break. It's not spring yet.
Okay, nice. Now let's take a look at the week ahead. As you said, it's like Saturday, Sunday is going to be cloudy, going to be cooler than it is going to be for the next couple of days. Look forward to some rain coming into Monday and Tuesday. And this weekend, that rain is gonna hurt me a little bit.
It's wet, it's cooling down. It's not what we really want to see right now, but that's spring for you in Tallahassee. And
what you can do is follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather, and follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/FSU Weather. And we have you can watch our live stream anytime at livestream.com/FSU Weather. Have a great evening, Tallahassee.
All right. Have a great evening, Tallahassee.
I'm student meteorologist Brandon Spencer.
I'm Sara Wugofski.
Have a great evening.